So there's something interesting happening at Tic Studio where I work, which is this fabulous custom console that Florian Weixelbaumer, our Steve Wozniak, is building. It's not finished yet, but I would say we're like 80-90% at this very moment. We're in October 2020 right now, and it will also explain a little bit about the concept to which I have contributed. Possibly, hopefully I will make another video that will show how the console works when it's finished, so I can't wait. So let's see what happens here. Oh, hi Flo.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going with the console?
Yeah, it's getting better every day.
And at what stage of the construction assembling you are at the moment?
Yeah, one of the buckets, there will be two buckets for this console, but one of the buckets is nearly finished now. Most of the cabling is finished now. I have to work on the routing cassette because it's not available as ready to work with module.
Yep.
So we have to design it ourselves, and yeah, that's the next step for this frame.
So yeah, this fabulous custom Neumann console is something Flo and I have discussed long, and then one day Flo told me he was about to build one, so it was a great surprise, and I helped him a little bit with discussing together the layout and what would be cool to have in a custom console. And of course then he developed his own ideas and came to with a almost final concept that he'll explain later. But this is the part of the other half of the console. It's not the actual layout, right? This is a temporary solution just for work. Can you tell me a little bit about these modules?
Yeah, the whole console will be mostly Neumann and Lavo modules. So especially the auxiliaries and the faders are from Lavo. All the most important stuff like mic preamps and EQs are all Neumann.
Which are here for the moment, they are parked.
Here, yeah.
But I saw them already in the console. We have a picture of the console with the modules actually inside, more or less the way it should be at the end. So yeah, these EQs, we use them a lot in the studio, and they were and the preamps, and they're fabulous. Everybody knows these preamps. And then what are these two modules? What's the difference? They're identical, right?
It's just the color.
Just the color, probably made in a different time or for a different console, but it is. And can you tell me more about these modules here? This guy, for example, these are different EQs, right?
Yeah, that's different EQs. They are from Vintech or BFE, and these are 70s design mic preamps, EQs, sorry. And we decided on getting 4 of the 16 channels with these EQs because they have a high cut and low cut as well, which the Neumann don't have.
Okay, and there might be a different flavor.
So yeah, to get a little different flavor and more options to choose from.
Yeah.
These are the auxiliary modules. In this case, you're seeing the stereo auxiliary for the stereo channels. To the left, you have the mono channels, which also have the panning for the
the panning
signals.
Is amazing. I just want the console for the panning, nothing else.
It's really great. And Lavo told me you can see the manufacturing date from on the serial number. So
okay,
let's see. I think it should be from the late 70s or something like that. This one is 77.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's the manufacturing
Fabulous.
date here.
Yeah, here there are more pan modules here. What are we gonna use these for? Just the aux ends?
It's just for regular aux ends, which can be pre or post fader, which in this case, because all of these is German broadcast modules.
And what are you doing in this part of your lab here?
Yeah, that's mainly for testing the modules, because all of them are really old, so they have to be tested carefully and repaired if necessary. And before building the console, the most difficult part is to design how the modules will be connected to each other. So that was my testing area.
Okay.
And a lot of mess with all the modules and
Of course.
frame parts and cabling.
No mess, no party.
Yes.
So, can you tell me about these wonderful modules here?
Switch modules, yeah. As I mentioned, we have to design our own routing module, so I decided on getting some of these just button modules, so we can recycle them. All the stuff which is inside comes out, and we have to do our own electrical design
And
for
wiring,
the routing
yeah.
and wiring for the routing. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, Flo. So I think it's time to tell about the console, the idea, and I'm very proud I contributed a little bit with you with the layout idea, and then you beautifully developed what seems to be the ultimate concept. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, sure. A few of the facts on this console will be there will be 16 mono channels, all with the Neumann mic preamps. 12 of them will get the Neumann EQs as well, and the other 4 will get the BFE Vintech Eqs just for flavor. And like you can see here, that's more or less the layout of the mono channels. On top the routing,
Yeah.
then the mic preamps, EQs,
Yeah.
auxiliaries, and the faders.
Yeah.
So it's a really simple channel strip. In case of recording, there will be an option to go to the DAW with a direct out, which can be switched between post fader and directly coming from the preamp. So if you want just a preamp and without any other further sound development,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you can go just straight from the preamp also. To
Oh,
the
fantastic!
DAW.
It's a great option.
There will be a switch in the routing section, so you can do that. And there will also be 4 stereo channels
Yeah.
right here on the right side
Okay.
of the console, which are just line inputs for effect returns or whatever you want to do with it, the keyboards.
Okay.
So 4 stereo inputs with stereo faders, and yeah, that's basically it on the recording side. So 16 mono channels, 4 stereo channels, and for the mixing we will include additional summing inputs. So to the
Yeah, other
inputs,
16 summing inputs. So
another
you
16 summing inputs.
total 32 in mixdown, right?
40 if you count
40 if you count the stereos. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So and what is this here?
That's the amplifier card for the summing buses. Each summing bus in this console needs an amplifier at the end, so we get back to the 4+4 dBu level with all the signals. And the beautiful thing about all these modules, and you can see it on this card as well, every input is transformer balanced, and also the outputs are transformer balanced, so the whole console will be really much iron. You have the routing
Okay.
Little spectrum routing as well for these extra inputs.
Okay.
We have designed 3 stereo groups.
Okay.
One is the master bus, but 2 additional stereo groups, and these.
So these guys.
Yeah, these.
Okay, this will be the
faders.
master.
That's the control room section.
Control room section.
Yeah.
Is it going to be placed somewhere down here, or is
Yeah,
it
it's closer to so you can reach it. It will be here.
It's going to be
next
here.
to the faders.
Yeah, exactly. So the control room have a volume control, mute
for left and right. Yeah. Mono.
dim and mono.
Yep.
And that is that a main pan?
Yeah, you can balance the monitoring as well if you need to.
Okay.
And you also can cross out left and right side or.
Okay. That's a guy, right?
Yeah, that's for switching left.
Switching
right.
left and right. That's interesting. And what is this guy with? Very mysterious.
This is to checking some phase things.
Okay.
So you swap the phase on the left side of the mix.
Okay. So about the master fader, left and right, the main left and right. Can you tell me?
Yeah, it will be one of these modules for now. Like all the other faders, it's a Labo active fader, but I'm not decided at the moment. But maybe we will switch the main bus stereo master fader with the Neumann stereo fader.
And there will be 1 main bus plus 2 stereo buses.
2 extra stereo buses for subgrouping or whatever you want to do with it. They will be also switchable to the main bus, so you can do parallel processing with it or just subgrouping.
And there will be 2 separate power supplies for the console.
Yeah, for each bucket, 1 extra power supply, because there are a lot of modules in the bucket, so it needs an extra power.
Perfect.
Power, inset switch, summing bus, subgroup 1, subgroups 2, and the direct output pre-fader, post-fader switch, and the pad of the direct out.
So with that knob will attenuate the output from the direct out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good.
Soldering.
What's the challenge today?
Finishing up the routing modules. Just preparing the last of the PCB boards with the cabling, so the switches can be connected to the PCB board. then the routing cassettes are finished. Yay!